Hi, this is Ken. Welcome back to my channel. And we just got a report from the ABC News about last year's derailment of a Norfolk Southern freight train that spewed chemicals along East Palestine, Ohio. Now the report says that at least 16 states were affected by this spill. So that means a lot of other people are going to be royally pissed off about this. And it doesn't help the federal government either. Well, let's see what happened. This is from ABC News. Leach standoff. And it says East Palestine train derailment spread hazardous pollution to 16 states, according to a study. The devastation or destruction of a massive train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, spread far beyond the initial wreckage site, spewing hazardous pollution across 16 states, according to a new release study. I'm trying to find out who did the study. On February 3rd, of course, of last year, a Norfolk Southern freight train carrying hazardous materials derailed in East Palestine, a village on the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania, saying toxic chemicals into the air, soil, creek, and lakes in the region, according to the study published by the Environmentally Research Letter on Wednesday. Never heard of them. And total pollution from the wreckage and sustainable control burning of several of the train's cars spread over 16 states in the Midwest, Northeast, and Southern U.S., reaching 540,000 square miles, or 14% of the U.S. land area. According to the study, researchers estimate that 110 million residents, or one-third of the nation's population, were impacted by the pollution. 11 of the derailed cars were transporting hazardous material, 5 which contain vinyl chloride, a highly volatile colorless gas produced for chemical or commercial use, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and National Institute for Health at the time. Several cars were also carrying ethyl acrylate and isobutene, which were considered to be very toxic and possible carcinogens. The agency reported 3 days after the initial crash, officials authorized an hours-long control release and burn, which it turned out was not even necessary. They did it to get the tracks back in operation. Vinyl chlorine in the 5 derailed tank cars due to fear of an explosion in one or all of these cars, according to the study, noting that the cars were carrying 115,580 gallons of the flammable gas. A large ball of fire and plume of black smoke filled with contaminants could be seen billowing out of the derailed site as the controlled burn took place. This prompted concern from residents about the potential negative health effects from the burn. You had CDC teams that went to investigate got sick from the incident too later on. We don't need that. In the study published Wednesday, researchers analyzed rain and snow water samples collected at 260 sites from surrounding states the week of the derailment, January 31st, and the week after, February 14th. Our measurements reveal a large area of impact from the Midwest through Northeast and likely Canada. Would this affect Trudeau? Who knows, man? You rather have just one person getting infected instead of a lot of people. And perhaps as far south as North Carolina, according to the study, researchers discovered that exemplary elevated levels of chlorine and pH levels were found in northeastern Pennsylvania along the U.S.-Canadian border. Compared to historical data, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, and almost every state in New York was flagged as having soot ashes, and dirt in the samples, according to the study. Pollution in the area reached southern states like Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky, according to the study. I guess I'm not having fried chicken from there. Researchers found that 19 sites had at least one chemical component of the 99%, while 8 sites had 4 or more components of the 99%. The impact of the fire was largely in scale and scope than the initial predictions, and likely due to the uplift from the fire itself and attaining pollutants into the atmosphere, researchers wrote. Following the derailment, Dr. Ian Hines, chairman of the University of Kentucky Department of Epidemic and Environmental Health, surveyed approximately 400 adults in East Palestine area about their health effects in the accident. Hines found that 3 out of 4 residents suffered health impacts after the derailment, and over half of the residents reported that conditions continued to the fall of 2023. Nose and eyes irritation, coughing and wheezing, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, rashes, and feeling weak and tired were among the symptoms, according to the report. According to Hines, of course, this year in April, Norfolk Southern agreed to a $600 million settlement to resolve a class action lawsuit related to the train derailment. So they're trying to say that this was going to have minimal impact and all this wonderful stuff, but as you can see, it spread to 16 states, and a lot of people are affected. Far south as North Carolina, and far north is Canada. Doesn't say how far north Canada it is. Maybe it reached Trudeau. But it would have been an improvement, seeing what a knucklehead he is to begin with. Who cares? But the other people that are being affected, who don't have wonderful medical attention like Trudeau does, it doesn't help them. As you know, it caused a lot of business disruption in East Palestine, Ohio, and then you had a situation where the current resident of Pennsylvania Avenue refused to show up over a year, while Donald J. Trump showed up not long ago with supplies and everything. Of course, Joe Biden showed up empty-handed. I said, "Oh no, that's not true." Yeah, I know. He had all the supplies in his pocket, and you couldn't see it. Okay. So this is an ongoing situation. We don't know if there's going to be more fallout from this. Of course, the only way we'll find out is by the election. Sun is out, saying so long for now. Don't forget to stop.